Oh yeah.
Okay. You're on.
I'm on. Action. Thank you. Where's the clap? You know, we need the clap. Well, welcome guys. This is Enzo, the Wandering Frenchie. I've had a lot of requests to make a video in English, and I feel that this would be the perfect topic to do that. I've done a similar video in French, and then I'm gonna do one, you know, just for you guys in English. I'm here at Ben Fabrication, Kentucky, with Tim. Come on in, man.
Oh.
Come on in. Yeah, Tim here. We're thrashing together with my buddy Donnie. Like, come on, Donnie.
Hello. Yep. Come on.
No, come on, Donnie. All right, buddy, come on. Hey,
Hello.
Donnie's here. Yeah. We've been thrashing on the buggy, putting front axle together, custom 14 bolt. We're using some really cool parts. Just wanted to take this video and like show you what's going on. And yeah, I mean, try to share a little bit of the build process. Since we're in an Ultra 4 shop, like we get a, yeah, we get a picture ourselves. Like this is like West Coast stuff. There we go. Like it's important to go fast.
You gotta
like,
be the cool kids.
You gotta have the right hat on. Exactly. But yeah, like I said, custom 14 bolt front. The housing's built by Jake Berkey of Bustin' Knuckle Off-Road. Did me a huge favor. Built that thing. It was like a 2-day turnaround time. That was freaking awesome. And for the outer, that's the important part. We're going with like 40 spline inner shaft and the RCV. You can see it here, the RCV Big Bell CV joint. It's freaking huge, guys. I mean, it's 6.5 inch of OD. I can freaking fit my fist in there. It's big. 32 spline, over 2 inch diameter for the stub shaft. It's massive, it'll never move. In order to drive this to the wheel, we're using a unit bearing from an 05 and up Super Duty, F250, F350. This particular one has been modified. The pattern has been redrilled to run a classic 8 by 6.5 bolt pattern. You can see here the stock metric hole from Ford, and that's the new hole that have been drilled for the new pattern. If you have any doubt about the unit bearings, if you have any doubt about the unit bearings, I know like the old school generation had a bad rep and they didn't take the 35 spline, you know, outer shaft. You had to like machine them, but that's a comparison. That is 04 to 99, 99 to 04 unit bearing. That is the one we're gonna use. That thing's massive. Like has nothing to do with that. That's weak compared to that. The other thing, you've seen it in there. It has the spline. So there's no drive flange. The RCV will fit directly in that unit bearing right there and mate. In order to turn all this, we're using a Ford knuckle, F250, F350 classic knuckle. That thing has been machined on the top by 4 Wheel & Supply out of Virginia, and they will take a high serum that they custom make for it. We'll show you that later on. Inner C is a Spicer part. It is coming from the Dana 60 Ultimate Builder Kit, and it's like $130. I mean, like for an inner C that will go in a 3.5 OD tube and take that knuckle, it's probably the best option. It's very cheap for what you get. And finally, one of the other issues that come with these knuckles and that style is the fact they use bolt joint for the pivot point instead of like the old school kitten pins. And the bolt joint have a bad tendency to fail, bend, or just wear out real quick. Most of the issues you will see actually are from the upper bolt joint, located here of course. The lower is actually like fairly big, like it's over 1.25 inches in diameter. It doesn't fail as often as the top one. In order to alleviate that problem, we have a bolt joint eliminator kit from Nick Barna. Basically, it's like 4 pieces. You can see here, there's a nut at the bottom. You get an insert that goes in the knuckles, pressed in the top of the knuckle, like right here. You have a a bronze bushing that will go here at the top of the knuckle, the C, sorry. There we go. Goes right here in the top of the knuckle, and then we have a big shoulder bolt that will go in there and just tie everything together. That will basically prevent any upper ball joint failure like we used to have. We spent quite a bit of time putting the housing
hold on.
together and all that.
Yeah, so most of you
Yeah.
guys know who I am. You don't really get to see my shop too much other than a few pictures.
True.
And it's probably a lot smaller in here than you think, especially for the amount of work that we get done. We is primarily me.
Yeah, this
so-
guy, not me.
So anyway, I'm going to follow Enzo around just a little bit, and we'll show you a few things that are going on in here right now. So
Yep.
let me get this down. And
You probably pose a video. Alright, good?
Yep.
Alright, so passenger drop, front axle, it's a 14 bolt. It's been retubed to 3.5 inch OD tube, 1/2 inch wall by Jake Berkey out of Bustin' Knuckle Off-Road. Arctic truss that's been modified, cleared up here in order to make it work with a passenger 14 bolt. Lots of work on the lower passenger link mount. It's been plated and it's welded to the cast. It's the only way we can keep the geometry we want and make it work. But it's been plated. It's gonna be plenty strong. We have no issues with that. We're actually gonna make it upper tie-in. Driver's side is all classical, and here we have the whole outer part assembled. That's what we were talking about. So this is an 05 and up 40 F250 knuckle, customized TRM by 4 Wheel & Supply. You can see here the upper ball joint eliminator kit from Nick Barna, lower stock ball joint. Nick is actually working on the lower ball joint eliminator kit. I'm really excited for that piece. Like, I really want to run that thing. Spicer inner C works with a 3.5 inch OD tubing. We set our caster to 8-ish degrees. A little bit of pinion angle, welded everything in. And I'm excited to try that under the buggy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, get cranking on putting the inner C on the other side, weld everything up, slide it under the buggy, and we might actually do a video after that. See you guys.